What a day. What a day. I need a vacation. Maybe Hawaii. That would be nice. You ever feel like aloha, but your budget says aloha? That's when you take a vacation through food. Actually, I think that's what I'm going to do. Tomorrow, we're going to take a trip to Hawaii via the kitchen. When most people think about Hawaii, they'll think of sandy beaches with an umbrella drink in hand, somebody's hula dancing across. Maybe in the background you hear a little ukulele. You get invited to a luau, reminds you of that Saved by the Bell episode from when you were a kid, and Don Ho shows up, or Ron Darling. Maybe you think of 50 First Dates with Adam Sandler. Whatever. That's kind of where we are. But there's a lot more to Hawaiian culture and Hawaiian cuisine than that, and that's kind of what I want to showcase today through the recipes I put together. We'll be making shoyu chicken over a bed of coconut rice with a few other ingredients in there, some sesame green beans, and a white chocolate macadamia nut panna cotta with a little pineapple and lime on the side to refresh the palate so it's not too sweet. Not that too sweet. Stick to cooking, you dork. Go get the ingredients. Since life is short and this thing needs some time to set up in the fridge, we're going to start with dessert first. Now in Hawaii, after a luau, they serve what is known as a haupia. Now haupia is a coconut pudding. Since we're doing coconut in the rice, I don't want our flavors to be too redundant, so we're going to do white chocolate macadamia nut instead. And instead of doing a cornstarch thickened haupia, we're going to do it a little bit differently with the white chocolate and macadamia nut panna cotta, or panna cotta, depending on who's saying it. Now a panna cotta, or panna cotta, is a gelatin thickened custard. Here's how you make it. Mise en place is set up. Let's make some shoyu chicken. To make the shoyu marinade, first you'll need 1 cup of water into your blender jar, followed by the shoyu in the shoyu chicken. Shoyu means soy sauce, and I used the reduced sodium for this because you're going to need a full cup. And it's going to take a while, especially if you don't take the stopper out. There it is. 1 cup of soy sauce goes right into your blender jar, making sure not to splash. Next thing you're going to need is a cup of firmly packed dark brown sugar. Gotta take a second and bloop, there it goes. Now cube up that knob of ginger, it's about 1 inch, a Thai bird chili, and some garlic, about 5 cloves, 1 onion cut in half, and some chicken base. This is about a teaspoon or so. Sticky stuff. Right down in there we go, every last drop. Now we get our spice mix together. About a 1/4 teaspoon of cayenne pepper, a 1/4 teaspoon of crushed red pepper flake. Get the cap on, there it is. Nope, nice and tight. Next thing up, garlic powder. I go heavy on that, maybe about 1 teaspoon to 1.5 teaspoons. Oregano, just a touch, and now into the blender jar. Our pepper medley to taste. Put the lid on. So, I have a 2-stage button here on my blender, and let's give it a buzz. Pour your marinade over your chicken. I'm using a mix of boneless skinless thigh and boneless skinless breast, about 1 pound each. I'm also using a nice resealable diner container so I can get all the air out and swirl it around like that, getting all the coverage without spilling. Nice. Put the chicken in the fridge to marinate, Minimum of 4 hours, but overnight is better. We're ready to grill our shoyu chicken. But first, we need to check to see if our grill is hot enough. How do we do that? Open her up. 1 Mississippi, 2 Mississippi, 3 Mississippi, 4 Mississippi, 5 Mississippi. We're not ready yet. I need to be able to hold it at 1 Mississippi and then pull it off. That's when you know you're ready to go as far as heat's concerned. We're not there yet. We'll give it a few more minutes. Okay. We're better. Now I'm using spray oil to grease down the grates, but you can also use a folded up wad of paper towels with actual liquid vegetable oil, and it'll reduce the flare-ups. I'm going to stand at a good distance so that way, you know, things don't really blow up in my face. And now we put the chicken on. The breasts have been halved, so they're going to cook very quickly, maybe 4 minutes aside. The thighs, on the other hand, they're whole, so they're going to take a little bit longer, probably about 6 to 8 minutes aside. And I dried them on a paper towel, so that way we don't get any sticking and we get maximum color. We have a few flare-ups here. I have a squirt bottle next to me with some water, but make sure you have your fire extinguisher handy in case there are some big flare-ups. We're going to turn these in a minute or so about 45 degrees so we get those nice grill marks that we want to get. Not bad looking grill marks. Let's keep an eye on these and we'll turn them again in about 2 minutes. Another 45 degrees to make sure we get those cross hatches on the opposite side. Since the thighs are thicker, I'm going to leave them on a little bit longer. I took off the breasts since they were cut in half. They're looking good so far. Now that the chicken is off the grill and resting, I added a little bit of sauce so it would suck up that additional flavor. But let's talk about smoke. We could have grilled this over charcoal with the wood chips or over hard wood chunks to really impart that smoky flavor, but to be honest, LP gas is a lot more convenient and it's faster too. That doesn't mean we can't do smoke. Traditionally in Hawaii they use a wood called kiave. Now, I don't know about you, but I'm in New York. I don't have access to kiave wood. But if you do your little research, you can use mesquite instead, since kiave is actually a kind of mesquite. So we'll put a little bit in our Breville smoking gun here. Just a little bit of our mesquite wood chips into the ash container. The tube will go in like so. Let's seal her up. Including the tube. Take our stick lighter, turn it on, and light up the wood. And we'll just let that go for a few minutes. For our coconut rice, bring 1 1/4 cups of coconut water and a pinch of salt to a boil in a 1 quart saucepan. When the water reaches a boil, add 3/4 of a cup of jasmine rice to the pot, give a stir, cover and reduce the heat to medium-low, and cook for 18 minutes or until tender. Once the rice is tender, turn off the heat and let stand for 5 minutes. Now while the rice is cooking, remember those additions we said we were going to make to the rice so it's not just coconut rice? Well, here they are. You're going to slice up 2 scallions, about a teaspoon or so of fresh cilantro, and we're going to crisp up a little bit of Hawaii's favorite lunch meat. Now, don't go running for the door now. Just hear me out. Spam. I kid you not, it is a huge staple in Hawaii. You can Google it. We want to bridge our slightly sweet, slightly salty, and herbaceous coconut rice with our spicy, smoky, and salty shoyu chicken. So we're going to put a fresh and acidic element on the plate that will tie everything together. In this case, it's going to be our sesame green beans finished with a little bit of lime juice. Your first step when preparing these, going to your freezer and getting frozen cut green beans. Yes, they're frozen. Yes, that's okay. If you have fresh and they're in season, that's okay too. If you're using fresh, blanch them in some boiling salted water for 30 seconds to a minute, and then shock them in ice water. That'll keep them crisp and that'll keep them green. As for today, we're using frozen, and here's how we'll put it together. In a microwave-safe container, I'm using an old Chinese food container. Place half a pound of frozen cut green beans, along with a quarter cup of vegetable stock. Cover and microwave for 5 minutes or until the beans are steamed, drain, and set aside. While the beans are steaming, zest and halve 1 lime, reserving half of the lime, along with about a teaspoon of the zest for dessert. Squeeze the lime on top of the steamed beans, add the zest, and then top with about a quarter cup of sesame oil. Now, sesame oil is strong stuff, so you want to use it sparingly. Cover and shake and serve immediately. Thanks for watching today. I hope you enjoyed watching as much as I enjoyed making it for you. As always, follow my Instagram page, same name as You Eat It. Make sure to subscribe to this page as well, and stay tuned. And remember, cook how you want to cook, eat how you want to eat as you eat it. Aloha.